Nirmala Sitharaman is set to present the budget at 11 a.m. today. The focus of the budget is expected to be on further accelerating India's economic recovery from the shock of the pandemic. Now, in its economic survey, the government has projected the next fiscal year's GDP growth to be at 8 to 8.5%. Experts want the budget to address unemployment issue and also to create more jobs. The middle class, meanwhile, will be looking forward to tax relief so that they can have more disposable income in their hands. Now, it will also be important to see if the government will increase the fund allocation for India's healthcare sector to bolster it against any future outbreaks. I'm now joined on the broadcast by my colleagues who are joining me from different parts of the country. Shweta is live with me from Mumbai. Alok joins me from New Delhi, and Neha is joining me from Bengaluru. Now, I will come to Alok first. Alok, the national capital really woke up with a dense fog. However, we are talking about the budget day today. Now, the kind of things that you have noticed on ground that the people really are looking forward to as far as this particular budget is concerned, what can you tell us on that account?
Well, Griha, good morning to you and to our viewers. Definitely, it's a big day for the country because it's the annual budget 2022 and 2023 is going to be presented by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharam. And people, yes, definitely, that the common man has a huge expectation from Nirmala Sitharaman that not only that tax rebate, that on various fields and various grounds. In fact, there are several common man and in fact the common people who are doing the morning walks as well. Let me try to talk to them. Sir, जिस तरीके से अभी आएगा बजट, उसके बारे में आप लोग क्या कहेंगे, क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है? आप लोग, कुछ लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो होम बायर भी हैं. एज अ होम बायर आप लोग भी क्या समझते हैं, क्या लगता है?
बजट तो हर साल ही आता है, गवर्नमेंट का बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है जी, पर कभी भी पूरी नहीं होती कॉमन मैन की जी. और गवर्नमेंट को केवल क्या चाहिए, अपनी गवर्नमेंट बनानी है, वोट खींचने हैं और बस, उसके बाद अलावा कुछ नहीं है. होम बायर्स कोरोना पीरियड में बुरी तरह से पिटे हैं, उनकी सैलरी कम हो गई है, कुछ की जॉब चली गई है, बट नो बॉडी बॉदर्स, और उनको इससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. और ये टैक्स स्लैब भी जो इन्होंने बना रखा है मोर देन 30% का, और हर आदमी को उसका बोझ झेलना पड़ रहा है. बोलो, ये आसान नहीं है. खास करके सीनियर सिटीजन्स जो रिटायर हुए हैं बेचारे, उनको तो और मार दिया गया है. उनका बैंक रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इतना कम कर दिया गया है, और उसके ऊपर फिर टैक्स स्लैब भी वही है, वो मतलब उसमें भी कमी नहीं आई. और ना ही ये टैक्स सेविंग में कुछ ज्यादा रिबेट दे रहे हैं, ना स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन बढ़ा रहे हैं. हाँ, इस साल हो सकता है ये कुछ दे जाएं, क्योंकि इनको अपना मतलब है, 5 स्टेटों में इलेक्शन है, हो सकता है आज कुछ दे जाए, पर इनका मतलब वी कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट मच मोर फ्रॉम दैट.
ठीक है सर, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी इलेक्शन के चलते. सर, आप एज अ युवा, आप लोगों को क्या लगता है? एम्प्लॉयमेंट की भी एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, कुछ लगता है कुछ सरकार कर सकती है युवाओं के लिए?
एज ए प्राइवेट एम्प्लॉय मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि गवर्नमेंट को थोड़ा, जो भी हम लोग इनकम टैक्स पे करते हैं ईयरली, उसका इनकम टैक्स रेट थोड़ा सा कम करना चाहिए. क्योंकि हमारे यूजेज जैसे रहते हैं, हम घर खरीदते हैं, उसमें भी हम लोग इंटरेस्ट रेट अच्छा खासा देते हैं. कोई भी बैंक से लोन लेते हैं तो या तो बैंक लोन का इंटरेस्ट रेट कम होना चाहिए, कुछ ऐसा गवर्नमेंट को कुछ स्ट्रक्चर लाना चाहिए. और इनकम टैक्स का जो भी हम लोग पे करते हैं, उसका जो रेट वो भी कम होना चाहिए.
सर, आप एज अ होम बायर, आप लोग क्या लगता है, क्या गवर्नमेंट आप लोग को मदद कर सकती है?
फर्स्ट थिंग इज, आई हैव नॉट बॉट एनी home here, so I am living here on the rent. Okay. I'm basically a private employee. I'm an engineer. So I have observed one thing in NCR. Number of private organizations have been moved from here. Okay. That is the major reason. If we are not earning the money and we are suffering in the income, so basically how we will pay the basically tax? Okay. So first thing is this very specific. 80C band shall be increased. Okay. It is 1.5 lakhs. So children education is also there. Number of things are there. So PF is also included there. So basically it is logicless actually. So I think its range should be, or band should be increased. Okay. That is my specific thinking about this actually.
Okay. As far as women is concerned, ma'am, anything? Do you expect
मुझे लगता है कि अगर बजट निकाला जाए तो एक मिडिल क्लास को सोचते हुए एक अच्छा बजट निकालना चाहिए कि जो गैस वगैरह जो है वो मतलब मिडिल क्लास आदमी मतलब अच्छे से यूज कर सके। बहुत सारे लोगों को भी इसकी बेनिफिट्स मिलने चाहिए।
So these are the expectations from the common man, especially from Delhi and NCR. We hope that something good will happen, and the people will be happy once the budget comes. Back to you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alok, for joining me from the national capital, specifically in Noida there. Shweta, in fact, is standing by from the Bombay Stock Exchange in Mumbai. Now, Shweta, the Sensex was very, very volatile a few weeks, running up to the budget that is set to be presented today. So what really are the experts saying on how really will the Sensex be behaving?
Well, absolutely, Griha. We are near the iconic BSc building, and as we are in financial capital, and just now my video journalist also showed me how the BSc building shines with the sun rays, and these are some expectations from the experts as well that yes, market has been always volatile a week before, in fact, the big budget day, and also as per the experts, what the information we have fetched in is yes, the market can bring up some really positive and good news, as we have seen that Sensex has always been bringing good news, talking about precisely Nifty 50 also. It has been showing great results. So yes, apart from the union budget, from the middle class to people, those who are looking forward to hear what actually Nirmala Sitharaman has for us in her bucket. But apart from that, we also know that market experts, the economists and the people, those who are trading on everyday basis, are looking forward for this particular day. The market will open around 9:15, and that's the point, that's the striking point where people are all with their ears open, with their eyes open to see the market, how it can be turning active. Griha, also at the same time, we should understand that the entire behavior of Sensex, we have seen that past a week, it has been performing well on the range. This is what market experts have said us. And after this budget, it is also important to know that what would be the big changes would be coming when it comes to equity. Back to you, Griha.
Right. Thank you so much, Shweta, for joining me with all those details. I'm also now joined by Neha, who is standing by from Bengaluru. Now, Neha, we also know that a lot of seers of 34 months and of the backward classes, in fact, had reached out to the Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai and demanded an allocation of more funds in the state for the upliftment of their community. What really is the sense that you're getting from the backward sections of the society in the state, and also the education that was massively hit in Karnataka? What really do you think is going to happen on that account when it comes to the budget 22-23?
Well, yes, Griha, in fact, the battle over here of the backward classes in the state of Karnataka has been a long-drawn one for years now. They have been asking for more funds allocation. However, let's give you a larger picture of Bengaluru and of Karnataka as well. The Chief Minister, who had, in fact, met the Finance Minister a few, months earlier, of course, was hopeful that he would be kind to her home state. So, of course, understandably so now, the IT-BT sector and, the fact that it's booming in Bengaluru city and contributing to a big part of, of course, the national economy, that would be something that a lot of startups over here in the city would be looking for, a boost as well. I'm going to take this straight now to the common man itself and get in some voices. So I'd like to start by asking you, of course, the union budget being presented today, just one question, what are your expectations?
As a common man, the most important expectation is the income tax things. And what can generally help the families and a common person is controlling the prices of petroleum and its products, because it directly affects the families. Like the gas, it is priced very heavy. So that should be controlled. And once diesel and petrol prices are controlled, then you can expect all other things to fall, all the prices of all other things to come down, because that is the basic thing. So that's it.
All right. I'm coming to you, sir was talking about inflation over here. You're obviously running the household, you're at the forefront of the household affairs. I'd like to ask you, what are your expectations? Are you expecting anything in particular, maybe for, specifically for women-centric industries, or are you expecting something as a common man?
Well, with the pandemic going on for such a long time, I would say healthcare should be given a lot more priority, and it should be available for the common man, because with the rate of insurance that's going up, I think affordability is a big question. So people should feel that they can afford insurance in a much better way. So healthcare should be the focus for any person, especially with this pandemic situation.
Now, one question so specific to you, since you are a resident of Bengaluru, there's been a lot of talk about more fund allocation. Even under the 15th Finance Commission, there was a recommendation that, funds be allocated for the development of Bengaluru's lakes and for the peripheral ring road as well. On the infrastructure front today, as a resident, as a tax-paying resident of the city, are you expecting something from the budget?
Yeah. See, infrastructure has to improve. It's an ongoing and a continuous process. It's not that you do something and be done with that. No. It is a continuous process which has to keep happening because the population of Bangalore is always in the increase. So, see, it is more than 1 crore now. Earlier it used to be so less. Now it is more than 1 crore now. So that being the case, the infrastructure has to support the population. So that's it. Yeah, expecting more on the infrastructure side.
Well, Griha, you heard it from the man, of course, inflation himself, the common man here across the country today, not just in Bengaluru, but people really hoping that, of course, one thing that should be looked at would be the petrol prices to come down. And specific to Bengaluru city, we'll really have to wait and see what the finance minister has in store.
Absolutely. Neha, Alok and Shweta, thank you so much for joining me with all those details there. So the common concerns remain fuel prices, also the reduction in taxation for the salaried class, and also something for the home buyers that Alok there was reporting from Delhi and getting us that particular story. And also people are wanting some respite to the healthcare sector because, as one lady there mentioned, a lot as far as the insurance is concerned, a lot of sum is really placed, and that really is turning out to be heavy on the pockets of the common man. So we'd have to wait and watch what really happens once the budget 2022 is presented. All eyes there as the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is all set to present the union budget at 11 a.m. today.